All right, let's get going. Okay.
You want me to wait or?
No, sorry. Iban. Khan. Che. Ven. Rot. Su. Ngat. Look. Tut. Sha. Bangdu. Wundok. Bangdu. Wundok. Bangdu. Wundok. Sha Bangdu. Su Bangdu. Van. No. Su Bangdu. Van Bangdu. Good. Sha Wundok. Van Wundok. Rot Bangdu. Che Bangdu. Sut Wundok. Su Wundok. Iban Bangdu. Khan Bangdu. Ngat Bangdu. Rot Wundok. Che Wundok. Tut Bangdu. Tut Wundok. Ngat Wundok. Iban Wundok. Che Wundok. Sorry, Khan Wundok.
Very good.
Yeah. Oh. Not window. Oh, Bandu. Have them read. Window, yeah? Oh, okay. Rod window. Window. Oh, I have them backwards. Bandu. Khan Bandu. Bandu. Na Wundok. Su Bandu. Rod Bandu. Wundok. Can't win dog. Okay, done. No. Oh. Che Bangdu. Van Bangdu. Iban Bangdu. Tut Bangdu. Su Wundok. Iban Wundok. Van Bangdu. Che Wundok. Luke Wundok. Wundok. Tut. Huh? Wundok. There.
Great.
Great.
Bandu. Sha Bandu. Ma Wendok. Luke Bandu. Iban Bandu. Sha Wendok. Lot Wendok. Su Wendok. Luke Wendok. Ben Wendok. Iban Wendok. Tut Wendok. Che Wendok.
Wendell can sit down. What's standing up?
Do either one you want.
Right. But what we're going to focus on now, I think, is extremely important. The area of how personality either helps us or hinders us. Okay? When you played that game, thanks, Philip. When you played that game, how did you feel? Did you feel it was fun? Or were you a little fearful? My turn will come round before long. And there may only have been 2 words, but what are they? You know, sort of thing. Were you therefore tense? Or were you just very relaxed? And that's fine, you know, I'm going to enjoy myself. Would you describe yourself therefore as someone who is confident? Or someone who easily lacks confidence when they come to a situation like that? And would you describe yourself as a perfectionist? Were you annoyed when I thought it was Bangdu, but they're saying Bongdu, and would someone please tell me how to say it properly? Or you just, oh, any old how, that's fine, you know, as long as they stand up and sit down, who cares? Okay? In other words, our personalities can affect us to a very large degree. If everyone would like to take one of these, and we're just going to focus on this now. Sorry, if you just pass them around. Okay, everyone got one? So I just want it's running, I guess. No, they don't need to share. Oh, I have an extra one. I have an extra one. Shows we have a full turnout. Yeah, okay, great. Okay, fine, let's come back here. All right, let's look at this chart for a little while. Let's start off with intelligence, IQ. Those who have a high IQ obviously have a certain advantage. They're able to, whatever they do with high IQ. And the sad thing is that OMF can't help you come with the IQ that you come with. Stroma can give us injections for many things, but cannot give us an injection to increase our IQ. Aptitude, it's got rate of learning. A better way would be saying the inherent inborn ability to learn, and in this case to learn languages. Has anyone done the modern language aptitude test? I feel it's a matter of interest? No, okay, it's something that's has gone out. But some people have an ability, a natural ability with languages, and that's really great, but not everyone has. A previous language learning experience. If you've learnt another language or other languages before, you can compare, well, if I was slow in that language, I'll probably be slow in this. Or if I found grammar difficult with that language, I probably will with this. We had a guy, Tommy, from Switzerland, and before joining OMF, he went to the UK to learn English. And he really struggled, but eventually he ended up with good English. And he was able to say to himself, all right, I'll probably struggle with Chinese, but there's hope. Where for myself, I'd never learned any language well. I was good at Latin, but that didn't seem to do much. And so when I learned Chinese, I kept thinking, you know, am I doing it the right way? Will I ever get the language? My mother always thought I wouldn't. And that's why I had to stay for 35 years. Proves she was wrong. Okay. Age. Who was it who mentioned age? Keith, wasn't it? This is quite relevant here. Okay, what we do is we'll start. If you're 0 to 5, there's some huge advantages, aren't there? You see little kids just sort of pick it up. But of course, when they go on home assignment and don't hear that local language for a year, come back, it's all gone. It's all gone. And then roughly between the age of 5 to 14, as they discover themselves and their ego boundaries, some kids, especially if they come onto the mission field during those ages, some relate very naturally to local people and pick up the language, others don't, and they just want to play with the kids at the international school. Okay? Now, here we go. 14 to, now I'm an accountant and I like round numbers, but for some reason, I think it's something like 38. If you're close to 38, just stay there for a few more years. 14 to 38. Certain linguists say, well, note how children learn languages and copy the way they learn. But actually, we're not children. We have certain disadvantages, but we also have certain advantages. We can strategize, we can plan, we can think through logically, step by step. Okay? So there's certain advantages, but also there's certain disadvantages. Now, after the age of 38, things begin to break down. Now, the first thing, what is the first thing? Oh, yeah, memory. Yeah. Memory begins to be a problem, right? And then after about the age 50, hearing is often a problem. You find this with Chinese, not only pronunciation, but particularly the tones. And you're certain you're saying it just like the teacher. And she says you're not. And you think it's right, but it's the problem with hearing. Now, friends, there's hope. Not much, but there is. There's an article, I've said so already, on the website. And we'll look at this again Wednesday of next week on the older language learner. So that's the cognitive side. The problem is they're fixed. Where on the affective side, they're not fixed. Supposing God called me to France and I joined YWAM. Now, I might not like the French, okay? But if my YWAM leader introduces me to some nice French people, my attitude will begin to change, okay? So attitudes changeable. Motivation, that's very key, and we're going to look at that next week, motivation. But what I want to focus now is on personality, I want to throw up a few words and spend a little time thinking together about them. The first, oh, sorry, okay. I forgot I got 2 slides. Self-esteem, self-confidence. Oh, what is self-esteem? Can someone tell me? What is self-esteem?
Valuing yourself.
Oh, okay. Valuing yourself. To the extent you feel you're capable, significant, successful. Where do you and I, where do we get our self-esteem from? Where do we get our self-esteem from? Those who have high self-esteem or those who have low self-esteem. Where do we get our self-esteem from?
I know that we should get it from being a child of God.
Yeah, well, that's one area. Yeah, okay. We get it from being accepted as a child of God. Not well, parents, yes, our peers. We get it from other people. Our parents. You do something well, and mummy and daddy says, "Yeah, you did a good job with that, cleaning the yard or something like that." Where else do we get it from?
Our profession.
Yes, our profession. Yes, from within. From within. I did that task well. I know I did, and I feel good about it. One thing with self-esteem, self-confidence, there's global self-esteem and task self-esteem. A global some people are very confident people. My wife's one of them. She's a very confident person. And her sister is. And their mother is. And think how I feel when I go to their home. My wife, she decided she was going to learn Chinese knotting. 中国结, Chinese knotting. So she got a book out the library and out came all these knots, you see. She's a very confident sort of person. I'm not globally confident, but what's called task confidence. You ask me to give a lecture on how to learn Chinese, and I feel pretty confident. You ask me to cook you your meal for this evening, and I have 0 confidence, okay? So some have global confidence, some have more task confidence. And the thing is that confidence is very important in language learning. If you're a confident person and your teacher says, make up a sentence, say, using this word or this grammar pattern, you'll more than likely do it okay. And so when you do it okay, you probably have feel, oh, I made progress. I couldn't do that last week, but I can do it this week. And so when you express yourself well and sense progress, what sort of feelings might you have? What sort of feelings?
Happy.
Yeah, happy. That's one of them, yeah. I feel good, I feel happy, yeah. What else? Sorry?
Excitement.
Excitement, yeah, I'm getting on nicely with this language. Yes, yeah, achievement, self-achievement. I'm making progress, I'm achieving, yes? Sorry?
Motivation?
Yes, probably a greater level of motivation.
You become more confident.
You got to the end very quickly. Yep, fine. Yeah. I'm an able person, okay? Relax, achieve, and these sort of things. And obviously the opposite is also true, okay? And the problem with language learning is that there's going to be repeated attacks on our self-confidence. And this is the problem. Those with lower self-confidence, when they're attacked, their ego is attacked, it can sort of disappear. I remember I decided in the early days I wanted to buy a raincoat, okay? Now I'm a perfectionist, so I looked it up in the dictionary, U-E, and then got on my bicycle and cycled to a large department store in the city I was living. And it's about 10 stories high, this department store, and I went to the floor that looked like they would probably sell raincoats. So I said to the salesperson, I want to buy, 我要买雨衣. You say, huh? So I said again, 我要买雨. Maybe I got the tones wrong or something, but he said, 什么? You see, what in Chinese, you see. And so she couldn't understand, so she called one of the other girls across. You see, and I said again, 我要买雨衣. Huh? And called another girl across, you see, 我要. And then another. And after a little while, I was surrounded by all the staff on that floor, plus several helpful customers who made me say this over and over again. It's like being in a class with 10 teachers and 1 student. And I began to feel, well, maybe I didn't want a UE after all. Maybe it didn't rain quite as much as I thought it did in Taichung, and my umbrella would be sufficient. And I wanted to get out of there as fast as possible. Thank you for your sympathetic response. And I didn't go shopping for months afterwards. It took away what little self-confidence I had. I sent a wife, remember? She's a very confident person. And particularly for the over 50s, what I noticed with the over 50s is they make mistake in class and they say to themselves, see, I've proved yet again today that I'm hopeless at learning this language. And if only the mission would listen to me, I wouldn't have to waste all this time trying to learn Thai, Chinese, Japanese, you see. And they forget that the student, the 20-something student in the next class, is also making mistakes. But he's saying, well, of course you make mistakes. And so what you find with the older language learners is they're continually sending negative messages to themselves and taking away what little self-confidence they have. Okay? Self-confidence. More bad news? Inhibition. Inhibition. The person who's uninhibited says, like the Nike advert, just do it. Who cares what people think? Well, actually, I'm very inhibited, and I do care what people think. Okay? And the problem is for the inhibited person is because they fear people, say, laughing at them, they therefore put walls up around them to protect them, you see? It's dangerous going outside trying to buy a UE. I think I'll stay indoors where it's safe and practice all these Chinese characters. Or I think I'll just go to the stores where I know they can talk English. I'll start talking Chinese next month, okay? And so we put these walls up around us. I remember once I was in Chiang Mai for an Asia Linguistics Language Conference, and one evening we decided we'd go for a Thai traditional meal to one of these tourist places. It was a very large area, probably about the size of this whole floor here, and we sat on the floor, and if our 2 Thai people will forgive me, the Thai girl, I just tried to practice this at lunchtime, the Thai girls would dance around, you see, while we ate our Thai meal, you see. Well, after about 20 minutes, because it's a tourist place, they said, you know, would any of the tourists like to come up, you know, and dance with the Thai girls? Well, there was some guys there, you know, totally uninhibited, you know, dancing around, making a fool of themselves. You know, probably Australian. You know the sort of person. Well, shortly afterwards, one of these girls came across and grabbed me by the hand and tried to pull me to the platform. I was going nowhere near that stage. Didn't she know I was British? You see? I am inhibited. I'm going on no stages, thank you very much. The problem, of course, with language learning is we're on a stage. We're on a stage. And people, you know, we make a mistake and people laugh at us. And we don't like that. We've got our cup of coffee in front of us in Starbucks and we say to the girl, could I have some soup? instead of sugar. And those who know Chinese will know it's purely a difference in tone. Tang as against tongue, okay? And she bursts out laughing, you see. And we think, what's funny about that, you see? And the problem is, especially if we, as I said, we've been successful in the past. When I was in England, in London, as an accountant, people thought I was clever. And to be honest, I like that. And now no one thinks I'm clever. In fact, they think I'm pretty stupid. And I don't like that. So I think I'll stay indoors and practice those Chinese characters, which actually I'm really quite good at. And the teacher will say, very good student tomorrow in class. Okay? And that's the problem with inhibition,